Ranieri turns down the opportunity to coach the Azzurri, and this is what gets me so angry about this situation with the national team that a lot of people just don't seem to understand when it comes to lining up ideas and having the foresight to have a proper manager synced up. They rightfully sacked Luciano Spalletti, but at the wrong time. Spalletti should have been sacked after that failure of a Euro, and the fact that he still stayed on, even though there were multiple options out there, is exactly why the Azzurri do not make any sense. So let's go through a couple of the options that they whiffed on that they could have had a chance at, or a much better chance at, if they would have fired Spalletti immediately. Number one, Carlo Ancelotti, who was going to be available at the end of the season. Even if you kept Spalletti on, you were able to sign him. The fact that you maintained that and allowed him to go and manage Brazil is the number one farce out of all of this. Then Ranieri, after working with Roma all year long and now being an advisor for the club, doesn't want to go up and end up managing a team that's a sinking ship. Then a manager like Stefano Pioli also has other jobs lined up because you had to just wait for Spalletti to manage these two games, one of which he got embarrassed against Norway. So another option out the door. So now we're down to the options of, God bless his soul, one of my favorite players of all time, Gennaro Gattuso, Fabio Cannavaro with limited coaching experience, and Daniele De Rossi is another one of the names of former Azzurri players that could potentially replace Luciano Spalletti, all three of which are nowhere near qualified to manage at this level, and if they were to have any sort of success, it would be a massive surprise. Then the wild card name that has been brought up and a lot of people don't want because he's not Italian is Jose Mourinho. And unironically, the best manager that they could probably get at this point in time is Jose Mourinho. And you want to know why we're going through this silly tradition of like, well, they didn't get an Italian manager and coach. It should be this, it should be tradition. You know what? What is tradition anymore? Because you've missed 2 straight World Cups. You might miss a 3rd straight World Cup. So where is that tradition that you speak of? Because I don't see it at this point. So if you're not going to have the tradition, at least hire someone who has fantastic experience, actually understands Italian football, and is still a relatively good cup manager. I'm not saying Mourinho's my first choice, but out of all these options between Gattuso, De Rossi, I mean, even if you want to throw in Palladino and Cannavaro at this point, the obvious choice is Mourinho. The fact that people just don't want to do it because of tradition, you know what? Enjoy it. Keep your tradition of missing a 3rd straight World Cup because this is what we get at this point in time. To be honest with you, if he is the only option, Italy should do it. What else do they have to lose besides, I don't know, missing a 3rd straight World Cup?